Hello guys, welcome back to Neeti Tech. With this video, we are starting with the series on explanation on topics related to Cloud Practitioner exam. In this video, first we'll see how to create an AWS account so that we can get some hands-on on the AWS services. As we will create this account for our personal use, we will provide the information accordingly. Before proceeding with account creation, let's keep some information handy so that you don't need to rush to get those details. To complete the setup, you will need a root user email address. As you will receive a verification code on this email, keep it logged in somewhere. Next is preferred account name. It is recommended to have a standard first name, last name format. You might need to share some identity proof later, so be consistent with the account name. Next is credit card information. You'll need to verify the credit card by doing a transaction of ₹2, which will be refunded. Next is phone number. You will need to verify the phone number in later stages, so keep the phone number as well handy. Next is for Indian users, customer verification information like PAN card, passport number, voter ID card, etc. are required in later stages, so keep this information as well handy. Now, once you have this information handy with you, you can start creating your account. Follow the steps with me. To create AWS account, you need to go to AWS homepage. Now, click on create a free account. You need to mention the root user email address, which we discussed earlier. And you will have to provide an account name as well. Next, click on the verify email address. You'll receive a code which you need to enter. Please enter the correct code, otherwise you will get an error like this. Okay. Once the verification is done, click on verify. Next, you need to provide a root user password. Please make sure to keep it as strong as possible. Next, you need to provide the contact information and need to select whether it is for business or personal. As we are creating it for a personal use, so we'll mention it as personal. Provide the full name, phone number, country, address, and all the relevant information. And after reading the agreement, you can proceed to next step, where you need to provide the billing information. You need to provide the credit card details, and it will also do a transaction to just make sure that you provide a valid credit card. Okay. Because later stages, when our bill is generated, the payment will be done with this credit card only. Next, you need to mention the OTP that you have received for the credit card transaction. Once the transaction is successful, you'll need to provide further information, whether it is for personal use or something else. We'll select for personal use, and the ownership is individual. And you need to provide for Indian customers, need to provide some identity proof. As of now, I just mentioned the PAN card details as it is, but later I need to change it. Now you need to verify your phone number. Make sure to provide the correct phone number which you have access to, because a code will be sent to this phone. Okay, now it's time to set the plan. As of now, we'll go for basic support free and complete the set. Okay, now you can go to AWS Management Console, sign into the console. Usually the account is activated within few minutes, but the process might take up to 24 hours. Once your account is activated, you can try logging into the root user as well with the password that you have provided. This is the home page of AWS. We'll explore more on this in the upcoming videos. Let's discuss some important points regarding root user. Now, anyone who has root user credentials of your AWS account has unrestricted access to all the resources in your account, including billing information. So make sure that the credentials are not exposed. And AWS recommends that you don't use a root user for your everyday tasks. To avoid root user for everyday tasks, learn how to set up an administrative user in AWS IAM Identity Center. We'll cover this in upcoming videos. Now, there are specific tasks which requires you root access only, like changing the account information, like account name, email address, etc. Restoring IAM user permissions. If in case the only IAM administrator accidentally revokes their permissions, you can sign in as a root user to edit those policies and restore the permissions. Next is activate IAM access to billing and cost management console. For this as well, you need root access. To close your AWS account, you need to log in with root, and to configure Amazon S3 bucket to enable multi-factor authentication, edit or delete Amazon SQS service resource policies that denies all the permissions, and edit or delete AWS simple storage service bucket policies that denies all the principal. So these are some set of activities which requires root access. Apart from this, you don't need root access. AWS also has some security best practices for the root user, like secure your root user credentials to prevent unauthorized use. Use a strong root user password to help protect access. Secure your root user sign-in with multi-factor authentication. Don't create access keys for your root user. Use multi-person approval for your root user sign-in wherever possible. Use a group email address for root user credentials. Restrict access to account recovery mechanisms. And secure your organization root user account credentials and monitor the access and usage for root logins. You will also see some questions related to root user in the exams. These questions we have covered in the question answer series. Click on the I button, which is displayed on the top right hand side corner, and also you'll find the link in the description box. Okay. Now, with this, we are at the end of this video, and I hope you have successfully completed the first step towards creation of AWS account and make your hands dirty with AWS. In the next video, we'll walk through on the console and setup of your AWS account to get alerts in case you have exceeded billing limits. If you have any doubts related to account creation, please post your query in the comment section. We'll guide you on it. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to our channel if you have not already done so to get notifications for upcoming videos.